Hey guys, welcome to week 10, workout 5 for Canis Athletics Quarantine Fit. Hopefully you guys don't hate me too much after all of that running and sprinting yesterday. Today's workout is a little heavier on the legs as well. So make sure that you take your stretches seriously, take your time, and really, as always, if anything in the warm-up or mobility isn't enough for you, just make sure you're doing what you need to so that you can feel good. My little Tasha's trying to step on my whiteboard, so I'm not going to be able to see what they're doing. Go play. All right. So for today, the only equipment that you're going to need is a dumbbell or kettlebell. I've programmed it for the portion that you need the weight to be heavy. If you don't have something that's super heavy, if all you have is the 35-pound dumbbell, that's fine. But there's only 10 of the movement in the workout. The workout only has 3 rounds, so I'd like it to be as heavy as you have. If you only have a lighter dumbbell or kettlebell or whatever, but you have something else heavy around the house that you can use, definitely grab that and use that today. So we'll talk about that later on, but just in case you're trying to grab your stuff, that's all you need. For your warm-up, you are going to do 3 rounds of a 400-meter run, 10 air squats, and 5 push-ups. So again, if you don't have the space to do 400 meters or you're not able to mark it off, just do any kind of cardio piece for the amount of time it would take you to run 400 meters, okay? Then followed by your 10 air squats. So we all know how those go. We know how our push-ups go. I don't think we need to go over that. I think we did enough of that at the beginning of this week. Just make sure that although it's only 10, you're not rushing through them. Still, full depth, full hip extension, really get that good stretch in there. And then your 5 push-ups. So whatever push-ups you're most efficient at, those are the ones I want you to do in the warm-up, okay? Then for mobility, we're gonna do 1 minute each. So first, we're gonna start with alternating lunges, okay? You can choose whether or not you wanna do forward or reverse. I don't have a problem with either. It's just to kind of warm the legs and quads up. You could do 30 seconds forward and 30 seconds reverse. That's fine with me too. You just wanna make sure that we are getting that back knee down to the floor. We don't want that front knee to go over our toes. So if we have to move our foot out a little further, just to make sure we have 90 degrees, that's what you wanna pay close attention to. So alternating, all right, 1 minute of those. Then we're gonna do our paleo chair. So coming down into that nice deep squat. Remember, it's kind of like those slowed down Russian baby makers. Just make sure that our elbows are pushing our knees out. Try to sit back, keep that back flat, try to get that chest up. Grab onto those toes, stand up, get a nice hamstring stretch, and then lower back down again. So again, it's like a slowed down Russian baby maker. Then we're gonna do our king stretch without any weight, okay? So we're gonna come into our squat stance, all right? We're gonna do our good morning, nice flat back. We're gonna drop our butt down, knees are gonna track out and go down into that squat. Come back up into that nice flat back, good morning, and stand, okay? Quad stretch, you can stand, all right? You can walk, alternate them this time. Just kind of going with the theme since we're doing alternating lunges. Let's do alternating quad stretch. Ooh, sorry, Muffin. And then we're gonna do knee to chest, all right? So taking that knee up into our chest, nice good stretch, alternate, okay? So 1 minute each, alternating, walking lunge, paleo chair, king stretch with no weight, quad stretch, and knee to chest, okay? Our skill session today, we're gonna spend 10 minutes doing an EMOM. Every minute you're gonna try to do 10 broad jumps. Now, the key to this is you wanna have at least a 20-second rest. So if you find that you are not getting the 10 broad jumps done within 40 seconds, scale the reps down. So don't scale it down ridiculously because you should not have that long of a rest. This is meant to get the heart rate up, really warm up the legs, but also work on that skill. So, a lot of times we're just doing air squats or we're doing stationary stuff. And this one is, encouraging you to cover as much distance as you can, all while having that nice spring action in the legs, utilizing those fast twitch muscles. Those are all really good things, not only for running and, sprinting, biking, but box jumps and things like that. So if we have the ability to really have that springy action and cover a lot of distance, we'll be able to have that nice springy action to be able to jump up and down and, do a higher box jump than you've done before, maybe even clear the box if you are somebody that's looking as that as a goal. So definitely something that I don't think we do enough and we should do more of for sure. So your broad jumps, just remember, like I said, you want to cover distance. This is going to be hard to video because you essentially want to try to string them together, especially since you only have a short amount of time to get the 10 done, all right? But you really want to utilize those arms, okay? So even when we're doing our box jumps, right, or we're sprinting, our arms are doing a lot of work to try to get us moving forward. So you really want to make sure, even if you just warm up this way, you don't even jump yet, you kind of swing your arms and just see how much power you can actually generate, and your body is just naturally going to fling forward, okay? So now we're going to start in our squat stance, okay? We don't have to be all the way down in a squat. I love to see athletes, especially runners or cyclists that I coach, to land back in a squat, because the power that they need to come out of that squat to cover that same distance on the next broad jump is huge. And if you're able to do that, that just means you're all more stronger. So if you're not able to land in a squat, that's not required on a broad jump. All right, when you land, it's okay to be in that half squat and just really go again. But the deeper you are, the deeper you land, the harder it's going to be, the more power you're going to need to generate out of those legs. So I don't know if you're even going to be able to see one. If I was to do these, I would start really low, right? So it's almost like I'm in a sprinter stance, except both my feet are together, versus if I was going to sprint, I'd have one foot behind. So I'm really low, I'm ready to go. I'm going to put my arms behind, I'm going to generate power, and I'm going to land in my squat. I landed in a squat and you didn't see. So once I land, all right, so say I've landed in my squat, I'm here. Some need to stand back up again to that half squat, which is totally fine. Even a quarter squat's totally fine, all right? But for me, I've landed in my squat. I want to generate that power again. My arms coming back, and I'm literally going to leap out of it. Again, you can't see my landing. I swear I'm landing in a squat, all right? So we want to try to do that as quickly as possible. We don't want to stay, here I've landed, okay, now I have to reposition. Find what's most comfortable for you so you can string them together. So I'm not going to cover much distance, but just so you can kind of see what I mean. So here I started. All right, now I want to go again, okay, if that makes sense. If you can do them outside, you can do 5 down, 5 back. But I've done them in the house, like in a workout, and I have to go around in a circle. I'm like, I'm glad nobody sees me doing this except my child and my cats. So spend 10 minutes on that. Like I said, if you're finding that you're not getting 20 seconds of rest, there might be some people out there that are like, oh, I don't even need rest. You will, you should. I just did 4, not even strung together. If you're not like, oh my God, I need rest, you're not going deep enough, you're not covering enough distance, all right? You just be honest with yourself, I'm not really working that hard. So make them hard. It's only 10 minutes. It's only 10. And again, if you can't get those 10 done, scale their reps down, okay? So then your workout is only 3 rounds today. Couple different movements, a few things we have not done, a few things we have. We're gonna start with 20 jumping lunges, 10 paused heavy goblet squats, dumbbell squats, whatever you have, odd object, whatever. 20 skaters, so 10 each side of those quick side to side lunge / shuffle type thing. Then we're gonna do something, it's called a plank to knee touch, all right? So we're gonna be up in a plank and bring our kneecaps down to the floor. So it's 10 for each side, so the total is gonna be 20, but you are gonna alternate them, and I'll show you how that looks. Those are no joke. You might get into the plank and, the first round be like, oh, not a big deal. I can tell you that eventually it starts to get hard. I did, I think, 5 rounds of them yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot how hard these are. Then we're gonna go on to 20 donkey kicks, which The last time I programmed this workout for a class, people are like, why are we doing donkey kicks? That's so stupid. And then they did them and they were like, oh my God, my heart is pumping. So it's just another way to get that heart rate up and just really kind of get that conditioning, tap into that conditioning. And then we're gonna end with 10 plyometric push-ups. So we'll go over that. So your jumping lunges, so you're gonna do 20, so it ends up being 10 on each side, right? So we're starting not in a lunge, but in our stance as if we were in a lunge, okay? Clock's gonna start. We're gonna jump a lunge, jump, 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 okay? Ideally, you wanna be able to string those together and do them unbroken. Then we're gonna do our paused heavy goblet squat. So if you have a dumbbell, you can use that. Hold both heads of it, just so it's secure, all right? So right up under our chin as if we're in the front rack. We're gonna pause at the bottom. So I'm gonna come down to my squat, hang out, 1, 2, 3, and up. I'm gonna come down, 1, 2, 3, and up, okay? If you have a kettlebell, that would be ideal. And again, you can just use an odd object. Then our 20 skaters, so 10 each side. So those are our fast, okay? It's like a lunge, shuffle, okay? Much faster than that. Imagine you're speed skating. Then our plank knee to touch. So this is gonna be your choice depending on how strong your core is. You can do it as a high plank. So easy. So you can do it up here, but ideally I want you to be on your forearms, all right? Butt down, flat back. And then, I don't know if you guys can see my knees. Let me try to, my knees are gonna touch the floor. So right's gonna come down, left, right, left, right, left. All while holding that plank. So those get dicey, all right? If you need to lower after 5, that's fine. But again, it's 10 each side, so 20 total, alternating. My air freshener just sprayed me. Is it trying to tell me something? I don't know. Then we're gonna do 20 donkey kicks. So, see if I can, okay. So with our donkey kicks, hands are on the ground, all right? We're in not really a pike, but our feet, our toes are on the ground, knees are slightly bent, and we're gonna just kick. Try to kick your butt, okay? So 20 of those, and then 10 plyometric push-ups. So anytime you see the word plyometric in any kind of movement, it's meant to be explosive and fast. So we kind of do a slight variation of that with hand release push-ups because we're using that hand release as power to get us back up. This just takes it a step further. So if you're unable to do the true plyometric push-up, which would be the clap in the middle, you can definitely stick with hand release push-ups. Just make it as powerful as you can. My little kitty, go over there, I don't wanna hit you. So we're gonna get down, or I should do this, right? Up in our plank position, push up. Now we're gonna power up, try to clap and land, okay? And again, if that's not something you're able to do, or you can only do a couple of them to try it, fine, and then go to hand release push-ups, but really generate as much power as you can. So 3 rounds, 20 jumping lunges alternating, 10 pause heavy goblet squats, pausing at the bottom, 20 speed skaters, 10 on each side, 10 plank to knee touch, alternating sides, so a total of 20, 20 donkey kicks, and 10 plyometric push-ups or hand release push-ups. So that's all I have for you today, no cash out. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you have an awesome weekend. If Jose hosts a Zoom on Saturday, I may or may not see you on that class. But otherwise, I will see you at some point next week. And hope everybody has a good weekend. I think it's going to be nice on Sunday. Saturday looks crummy, but Sunday looks good. So we'll see you guys at some point. Have a good one.